悟してろよ。行くぜ。
Welcome to Worldbreaker Coo's Reviews. I'm your host, Worldbreaker Coo, and today we are reviewing the Immortal Hulk or the Rampaging Hulk. I'm not sure which one is which in this case, but we'll just go with Immortal Hulk because that's what it says on the box. Big Bad Toy Store had Rampaging Hulk. But not the case. This is an amazing work of art, and I'm assuming he's inspired by the Immortal Hulk run. Alex Ross on the cover here. It looks really crispy. I like it very much. I have actually not read Immortal Hulk. I'm not really a horror guy, but I guess eventually I will check it out. Got it on the cheap sheet. So, yeah. As for Hulk himself, this is an amazing freaking figure. I'm going to show you all of his accessories first before I get on the review. But you see he has a head, a two fists, and he's going to get an extra head, which is quite ugly, and two open palms. This is perfect. This is the accessories we want, Maybe a stoic Hulk would have been great too. One more head would have really killed it. But this is usually about as much as we get with this stuff. So I'm not going to be too mad about it. Let's take the head off. And surprisingly, for a Marvel Select, you usually have a hard time getting the heads on and off. Not so much this time around. They did a really good job with the pegs. So that way it slides on for the most part fairly easily. I did have to do it off camera just so I can pull properly, but I can do the fist on camera properly. Only, unfortunately, the fists are a little bit loose after a while. So just keep that in mind as the more you put them in and take them out. But yeah, looks pretty good. I'm gonna switch it back to his normal face so that way it doesn't throw me off the whole review because that is an ugly head. At least in my opinion. But the accessories are nice. I don't think you really expect too much more from Marvel Select, especially when you have a figure this damn big. Speaking of big, let's check out his articulation. I will say this, there is a little bit of clippiness that you can't see in mine because the shoulder kind of hits the paint. So I don't like that. The range of motion is really good. Okay, so that's good. When you get yours, you're probably going to have to heat up the arm because this part was stuck on mine. I mean, it was stuck so bad on one edge, you can see the abrasions from me finally getting it to bend. Is this one already bent? Man, there we go. And you can hear it. So it's tight. It takes a little bit of work to kind of get these warmed up there. But you can see about almost a 90-degree angle. And the wrist can bend in pretty good too. It's not bad at all. The leg articulation is really good. I really like that. Look at that. For a big guy, that's not bad. And of course, with his foot, you can hear that ratcheting. Okay. So for a big guy, he works. And the big fat feet actually help keep him stable. I think he actually had to have these fat feet as opposed to some of the other Hulks that I have behind him that I'm going to do some comparisons with. But you can get him in some nice crunched in poses. He's really good that way. As far as head articulation, he can look up decently. As big as he is, he's not going to be doing too much looking up. Looking down is really good as well. So yeah, he's got for Marvel Select, this is good articulation. This is really good articulation. They've been working on it. I do feel like the hips are getting loose here over time, so that's really unfortunate. I might have to add some pledge over time to keep this thing from falling at inappropriate times. Or I guess any time is inappropriate, but you get the hint. So let's sit him back here and go over some comparisons. Okay. Get him in a little bit closer. As far as the paint, I'm sorry, before we do comparisons, let's look at the paint real quick. Look at that. You can see the shading here. The shading on the pants. I love how this is actually sculpted. You can feel it, and it's actually quite sharp. especially down here. You can actually, I mean, it's not like you're gonna poke yourself, but you can feel it. Okay, so there's that. Now let's get Hulk standing up as upright as we possibly can, and get him in some size comparisons. Uh-oh. And that's what I was saying with the hand. The hand can come out when you're not meaning it to, because they are a little bit loose. But I guess you have to kind of do what you can sometimes. So this is the comic book Hulk. Let's compare him to a comic book Hulk. All right, here he is next to the other comic book Marvel Select Hulk I have, and that's the Planet Hulk or Gladiator Hulk. Great figure, more of a statue. His articulation's not as good because his proportions are done in a manner for a certain stance, like with this leg versus this leg. That is a bit of a problem, but as far as paint apps, you can see they're both really done well. The head is a little bit smaller on this one, but you know, it still looks rough like the source material. I really do like this figure. I mean, it looks like it's supposed to. Look all the rust on there. It looks really damn good. This was probably my favorite comic book Hulk up until now. I don't know if the Immortal Hulk's enough to pass it, but it might be. I mean, so those are both very good Hulks. And this guy's actually back out now. He was not on sale for a while. Now he's back on sale. He was going for around $100-something, so you should get him as soon as possible, especially because it's a great storyline. It's one of the best storylines for Hulk of all time. Here he is with a MCU Hulk, the Gladiator Hulk that's from Thor Ragnarok, which actually took a lot of the inspiration from the movie to give you this. And here he is next to another movie Hulk. So you can see how he sizes up. And this used to be a really great Hulk too. But again, there's been so many damn good Hulks now that it's not as good as it used to be. And last of the comparison you guys are really waiting for. And that's the Marvel Legends Hulk. This is the 40-year anniversary one, I guess. And I'm going to do a comparison video to let you know which one I think is the best. Hopefully, because as of right now, I still can't tell. So there we go. That's not the last comparison, but you can see they both have, well, I'll save all that stuff for later. And this does look good on him. It actually might look even better on him because he is bigger and the shirt scales a little bit better, I think. But yeah. And last but not least, let's just get him compared to some Marvel Legends figures because I really like the way he scales. And we'll just add in Captain America. I think that's appropriate. I think that's appropriate, especially if you look at this to this. I mean, it's close. I mean, I guess either one really could be a good size Hulk for Captain America. It just depends, because Hulk sometimes drawn really extremely large. Others not quite so much. And now, the one person who would give Hulk a good battle or a good run for his money, and I'm not being serious, but Goku. Goku would probably tell mom jokes just to make Hulk even stronger, so he can get a good competition. So yeah, that's Hulk. That's the Marvel Select Hulk. I kept it under 10 minutes like I was hoping. If I had to rate this guy out of 10, he's going to get a 10 for me. He's going to get a 10 for me. He is probably one of my favorite figures I've gotten this year by far. So pick him up before he goes away, because you know how Marvel Select does. He'll be gone for another 5 years, maybe 6, and then you might see him again. Until next time, peace and smash!